Hey, welcome to Fuck That Formula. Let's get into it. You know what it is. So, this week's episode, we're going to be talking about blowout burnout. And for stylists who do a lot of blowouts, silk presses, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. People who know me know that I have gotten burnt out on blowouts here and there. In these last 16 years, I go through stages where I just quit taking them because I would have so many and too many to deal with. But before we get into the episode, before we get into the dirty chair confession, I'm just gonna say this just so I don't want any natural clients think that we're shitting on them or that we don't respect their hair or we don't like doing naturals. That is not at all it. Okay, hear me out. I love a good blowout. I love naturals. I'm natural. I've had long natural hair. I deal with naturals on a daily basis. So it's not that I don't like natural hair. It's not that I don't like a silk press. But baby, sometimes it just be too much. That's just what that is. And you can't tell me otherwise. It just be too damn much. Okay. So before we get into this, I just want to, give that first. So you don't think that, she don't like blowouts and she don't like natural clients here. Why don't nobody like doing our natural hair? It's not that people don't like doing your natural hair. It's that sometimes your natural hair just a lot. And sometimes you the fourth, fifth person in the chair for the day with a blowout and I'm fucking tired. That's just what that is. Okay. So we're going to get into the dirty chair confession and then we'll talk about it a little bit more. Okay. So before y'all start coming for me, bitch, I like naturals. Okay. So don't come for me. And I say that in my too short bitch voice. Okay. Now let's get into it. So book for blowouts, the burnout from hell though. Okay. Let me confess something. I am sick of blowouts. All caps. Don't get me wrong. I love a good finish. I love the shine. I love the ooh girl moment in the mirror. But baby, after burnout number 5, my arms are shaking. Every client got thick hair. Every blowout won't take long. Every appointment somehow needs an extra pass in the back because it's still wet back there. Those that know. And why do blowouts take the most energy out of me but get the least respect? I just want a blowout. Ma'am, that's a full workout. Some of y'all just think blowouts are just as simple, and they're not always simple, okay? I'm tired of pretending my wrist isn't screaming. I'm tired of acting like heat, tension, and timing don't take skills. Tired of smiling through sweat while my lower back is hurting. The blowout is cute, but the burnout is extra loud. And I'm loving my craft. Does loving my craft mean sacrificing my body? Yes, something else has got to give. That's a mouthful because something got to give. Let me go in and say this to my natural stylists out there. You're not alone, baby. I feel you. There are days that, hell, I may only have one silk press, but she may have, oh my God, a ton of hair. And I'm feeling it. I remember, not long ago, I've done a silk press. Baby, that wore me all the way out. When I say all the way out, all the way out. It's not, and the hair is gorgeous. I love the thick hair. I love how it looks afterwards. I love the fact that you're natural and you are caring for your hair. I love all of that. But when it comes down to the actual work of it, baby, this shit it's a lot. It's a lot. And I'm saying that with compassion because I understand it's a lot. I remember when I first started out, naturals is what really built my business. Silk presses built my business. I was in the area where it wasn't a lot of black hairstylists per se in that area. And so I had a ton of clients and I was getting a lot of ladies that were in my sorority. Shout out to Z5B. But I was getting a lot of some of my sorors that were coming in that were natural. They couldn't have anyone do their hair. And I had gotten to the point to where I was so busy doing natural clients and doing silk presses that I didn't have room for like my highlight clients, my relaxer clients. I really wanted to like get more into pixies at that time and, you know, stuff like that. And I just didn't have a lot of room for them because my natural clients were taking up so much of my schedule. And I was grateful. Don't think that I was upset about it. I'm grateful that I had people that trusted me with their hair and their kids' hair and their family or whatever. And they were patronizing me and constantly coming in. But my body was saying something completely different, y'all. Like, I went through a period to where I actually had to stop taking new natural clients because I was getting just too many at one time. And I just could not, it was just nonstop every single day. And so I had to stop taking new clients. And I was thankful because when I tell you sorors or just friends of friends or whoever was referring people to me. So by all means, like I was getting it. But I ended up having to get injections in my shoulders over the years because of just the amount of rotating. Like for a while, I thought my rotator cuff was messed up. And just the amount of this nonstop. And it was all different kind of textures. So thick hair, thin hair, high density, low density, high porosity, low porosity, medium porosity. I mean, you name it, that's what touched my chair. Long, short, and let's not even get into short. I'm going to talk about that short later, but we're going to talk about it later because that just messes with me a little wrong way. But it was just a lot, y'all. And you will go through this, and especially the clients that will come in that have never had a silk press or blowout before. And you're doing a lot of work. And some people who've never had it before, their hair may start reverting as we're going through it, just because their hair is never, I used to have a lot of clients who have never had anything done for years. So as we're moving along, like it's reverting. Well, I'm still trying to, you know, the sectioning, and it's just a lot. You know, the knot detangling. Y'all know how we feel about detangling. But the knot detangling when you come in, and so it's the constant detangling. It's the constant doing your arms and trying to get this hair detangled. Then the sectioning of the hair, then the blowout of the hair, then the flat iron of hair. It does not get the respect it deserves, because if people realize the amount of physical work that we're doing, you would have a totally different respect for the price that we charge. And while we may say no new natural clients or whatever. So, and for the natural clients, you know, I know y'all think that she charges me extra because I have a lot of hair. Baby, that extra, if it's taking me an hour plus to blow dry you out, yeah, I have to charge you for that, y'all, because that's extra time. And that's just more ointment and shit that I got to put on my shoulder. Hands be hurting. Pressing this flat iron, hot comb, whatever your tool you're using, y'all pressing that down. All this shit, the fingers, all shampooing thick natural hair and trying to get in, and all this shit hurts. Like all of this hurts. The wrist hurts. The wrist hurts. Especially if you're round brushing. I do a lot of round brushing natural clients as well as powder brushing. This movement right here, this shit hurts. This shit, everything about it can be painful. But I love it because I love what it does for my clients. I love the confidence it gives them. I love them going from, especially the ones that are insecure maybe about their hair. I love how they're looking at their curl pattern thinking, oh, we can't do this and it's not going to look good till we have all this hair. And they're like, oh my gosh, my hair can do this. I love that for you guys. I love that I can provide that for you guys. But also, two things can be true at the same time. This shit can be painful, and I can also love it at the same time. It's real toxic, but it happens. So, but it can be painful. So now I'm at the point to where I do still service a lot of naturals. I know when I reopened back up, I did a lot of silk presses, and I'm still doing a lot, but I've been able to get back to doing more relaxers, more pixies, and truth be told, a lot of clients are coming back to come back to relaxers or going back to pixies, just because sometimes it is a lot of work to be natural. But that's for another episode. But the blowouts do burn you out. So clients, be really mindful to stylists if they say they're not taking any new clients for natural, or if they're not doing silk presses or whatever, because it really could not be. It doesn't necessarily that they just don't like doing natural. It really could be their body is just not permitting them to do a natural. So just be mindful of that, because it's a lot of physical work. I know we make this job look very easy, but believe me, I have the chiropractor and the massage therapist bill that will prove to you that this shit is really painful. When you get these, you get all this tightness back here in your upper shoulder. So like if you touch my shoulder, it's really, really tight. I remember when I worked at the school, nothing but silk presses came through. I worked at another place, nothing but silk presses. So the need is out there to provide silk presses. And I think stylists should really find them a system to where they're able to knock out some silk presses the correct way. And I'm saying I'm not going to get into that. Knock out silk presses or whatever the correct way, but just it's painful. And I think if we kind of create maybe some systems around it, it won't be as painful. If we, maybe we limit how many we take in a week, or we just, like I said, create maybe a system that will make your silk press just a lot smoother and a lot easier to do. Now, let's talk about this short hair. I am so sorry that we have shown you guys on these good old Beyonce internets that there are some pixie styles that can be accomplished with natural hair. I really hate that has been shown. I've had clients that I'm able to accomplish that. But y'all, that is a very, very small amount of y'all that can get that done. Just understand, when you have these tight curls and it's short and you want a stylist to blow dry that out and do a silk press, that is a lot of work. Oh, that is a lot of work. It's a lot of work for something that's going to revert back as soon as you step outside. Y'all do have to understand this. Some of y'all need relaxers for these pixies. And I'm just going to be honest with you. Most of y'all don't have the hair texture that's able to mold down and just go ahead and do the service. Most of y'all have hair that we're going to have to blow dry out. And if one thing I know is hard and ridiculous to blow out, and that is short, natural hair. That is not fun. It is not for the weak. And you're going to pay for that. I'm just sorry. But if your stylist tell you that you need a relaxer, boo, and then you go to somebody else and you see that you need a relaxer, quit arguing with them. Just get the relaxer if you want to wear a pixie cut. If you don't want to wear a pixie, if you want to wear it straight, get a relaxer. If you don't want to wear it straight, then you need to if you don't want to get a relaxer, then you need to just be okay with having some tight curls or whatever you got going on. But quit arguing with people about that natural and trying to straighten it out, because I'm going to tell you right now, if you come to me and I look at your hair texture and it's short, and you say, can you just blow dry this out and give me a pixie? If your hair texture is not able to do that, I'm gonna tell you no. And you're gonna be mad as hell at me. So just don't do it. Okay? And then mad when that shit reverts right on back to curly. Just stop doing it. I will say I typically, and maybe, I don't know, maybe it's my clientele. But over the years, I used to love when the summertime come. I used to hate and love the summer. So I used to love the summer because my natural clients did kind of chill out for a little bit because it's hot here in Texas. There's no sense of getting a silk press. So I would typically like pile them all up right before summer and pile them up, right after summer. I loved that they, didn't come in as much because one, it is a lot of work and that was my time to break from a natural blowout. But it was also a great time for them because you sit in here, you pay money, you get your hair done. I spent all this time and effort just for you to step back outside and your shit is boosh again. Like, that is one of the most irritating things ever. Or to get that call and say, well, my hair is frizzy. Well, baby, we are in Texas in the summertime. Unless you get a keratin, that shit is just going to be bushy. I don't know what else to tell you. You're going to get frizz. So, but I used to hate it because that means my books were kind of slow. So it's a 50-50 thing on my love and hate for blowouts, especially during the summer months. But the summer months was my time that I did get to break. My hands got to take a good break. I wasn't as stressed out about it. But yeah, I definitely think that clients shouldn't complain as much as they do when it comes to silk presses, blowouts. Because what I hear a lot of is complaining about pricing. Now, granted, if you are going to somebody and she's not giving you quality service, yet you're paying her an arm and a leg, then yeah, that's something for you to complain about. But it's nothing for you going to internet complain about. Just find you another goddamn stylist. It's simple as that. Like, some of y'all be making this way more extra than it should be. But I do think a lot of times people complain when they're being charged $90 and up for a silk press. This is not the 90s. You're not getting a silk press for no $25 or $50. It's a lot of damn work that goes into it. Some products that go into it. And I just think a lot of times it does not get the respect because people do complain. People do think that, oh, you're supposed to, like, it's natural and you should just, no, it's not going to happen. So I do have a question though. So I am totally against it. I see a lot of stylists use it for their blowouts. I have always been against it, and I have been against it for several reasons. And I will broadcast my reason because it's my fucking opinion. I don't like comb attachments. In my years of doing hair, I've never used a comb attachment. Now, at home, if someone wants to blow dry their hair at home, a comb attachment is perfect because a comb attachment at home for a client doing their own hair, a comb attachment is perfect because you're able to, do it with one hand or whatever and get it done. It's harder for a client to try to brush it and blow dry it. Like, that ain't your skill, boo. You got another job, do that job. Don't try to do my job. So that's not your skill set. And so I understand why that is hard. But as a professional, I have an issue with comb attachments. One of my issues with comb attachments are that, one, I feel like they're rough on the hair. But two, that is something that I'm a firm believer. I want to provide something that you can't replicate. I want to provide something that you cannot do yourself at home. If I am using a comb attachment, I feel like any client can do that shit at home if they just really put some energy into it. So I am big on paddle brush. I'm big on round brushing. I am big on using the skills that I paid for, that I learned to do my silk presses. Now, to each his own, but my personal professional opinion, I hate when I see stylists using comb attachments. When I worked, and my former students will tell you, when I worked at the school, I hid all the comb attachment because I wanted them to learn how to blow out the hair without the comb attachment. The foundation of a blowout of a silk press is the blow dry part. So if you fuck that up, you just putting some hot tools in it that you didn't really give the fullness of a silk press. And so, then you can use whatever hot tools you like. Some people use hot combs, some people use a stove iron, some people use flat irons. The hot tools, I'm not one to say whatever hot tools you want to use. Use those how you want to. And you can use the blow dry how you want to. I just personally feel like as a professional, you guys should provide a professional service that your client can't just necessarily do at home. And I just feel like comb attachments are rough. I remember when I first started doing hair, I did a silk press on a client. And this is when I was working in my mama house because I hadn't got my license quite yet, but I was taking clients because a sister had a child and I needed to work. I needed some money. So when I finished school, I hadn't gotten in the salon yet, but I was doing hair out of the house. And I remember a client came to the house one day and I was doing her blowout. And she was like, you don't have a comb attachment? And I was like, and no, I do not. Well, I only blow dry my hair with a comb attachment. Well, today you're not getting a comb attachment. You're getting this good old paddle brush. And it was kind of like an argument of, she assumed that I could not get her hair straight without a comb attachment. And I actually can get it straighter than a comb attachment. With the tension and depending on what the different brushes for different texture, I can do a lot better than this comb attachment. But she argued with me, guys. And I was fresh and I just got my license. But bitch, you're not going to argue with me about how I'm about to do this because I know what I'm doing. You the client, sit down and get your hair done. But yeah, so blowouts can be a lot. So for those that do blowouts, who work at those blowout bars, who work at places that's all they do is silk presses, baby, because let me tell you, I know what you're going through and I see you, I hear you, and I feel you. Okay. It is a lot, but I respect it and it needs to be respected. It is definitely a craft. And I love to see when people first start doing them, how they start out. And once they get the experience and they're doing it time after time, and just how they grow and have created like a system of how they do it. I know I had a system. I had a system down. I knew exactly how I was going to section. I always knew exactly how I was going to section my hair, what products I was going to use in the hair, and how I was going to do this. Now, that process has changed over the years. The more I've learned, the more I've seen, the more I've done, the more I've trained, whatever. But I would always tell you guys, create you a system that flows for you. Your system may not flow for another stylist, but create a system within your business that will help you flow through your silk presses easy. The product may change based on the texture. The tool may change based on the texture and what you're working with, but the system should still be the system. When you apply, how you apply, those things you may adjust them based on hair texture and stuff like that. But overall, you should have a system down. Okay. And so, yeah, but they definitely need respect. And FYI, if you're ever looking to give your stylist, especially your natural clients, if you're ever looking to gift your stylist something for her birthday or for Christmas or for a hairstylist appreciation day, baby, chiropractor, or a damn massage therapist will always do them just fine, baby. Because when I tell you, you need one, like my shoulders are hurting now. And I've gotten to the point, guys, where my shoulder hurts so bad, like air can't hit it too long because it starts throbbing and it hurts. It's like arthritis. And and it's time for a new injection. Hadn't had one in a little bit, but it's time for a new injection. So this is one of the reasons why I retired, because of all of the aches and pains that I have from doing natural hair. So, but respect your stylist, guys, that especially the ones that are doing silk presses on you, because they definitely are putting in that work, that back work, that leg, that they're putting it in. And it's not for the faint, okay? So let's the fuck that formula of the week. Just because it's common doesn't mean it's easy. Just because you can do doesn't mean your body should pay for it. Eat. Reminder, your hands, your wrists, shoulder, back, and are part of your business. Repetitive services deserve respect, pricing, and boundaries. Burnout doesn't always come from drama. Sometimes it comes from too much damn blowouts. Facts. Okay? So if you're a stylist out there, take all this in consideration when you're considering your schedule, your hours, how you're booking, your availabilities for it, your pricing. Take all that in consideration. Clients, if a stylist say, I can't do this silk press or I'm not taking new natural clients, don't be mad at her. It literally could be physical reasons why she cannot do the things that you want her to do. It literally has probably nothing to do with it. She doesn't like you or doesn't like your hair. It physically, she may not be able to. So, and sometimes being burnt out in this industry has nothing to do with a lot of things. It probably has everything to do with fucking blowouts. Okay. So, hey guys, I appreciate you for tuning in. If you got anything you would like to say, you can hit me at talk@fthatformula.com. You can check me out on TikTok, Instagram, a little Facebook action too. If you are needing some help with maintaining your natural hair at home, I do have an ebook, Upskill Beauty Pro presents Keep It Cute, the at-home hair care. It is a love letter to you guys, whether you're natural, relaxed, or locks or whatever, pixie cuts, just to help you maintain it in between your appointments. If you want to hit me up, send in your dirty chair confessions, please do. But until next week, we'll be back. Peace out, people.